everyone, Senrai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 7th episode of Mushoku Tensei Season 2. Now, last episode, it was a pretty big one. I mean, for one thing, Rudy still has no idea that Fitz is Sylphie. That hasn't changed, but hopefully someday it will. But the bigger thing was that he actually finally agreed to teach Zanoba the way of the figure making. The downside is Zanoba has no talent for it at all. He's horrible at it. Luckily, Sylphie gave us the idea to pick up a child slave at the market and just kind of like teach her to do it, which is the next best thing if you can, afford to do so, which Zanoba certainly can, But yeah, so far that's going pretty well. We'll see if that continues to progress in this episode. So let's jump on in and find out. 3, 2, 1, play. Peaceful day so far. Okay. Yeah, the sun, it just comes in whether you want to sleep or not. That's why I gotta get some good old curtains. So what is on your mind? It is nice seeing how she starts her day. Can't leave house without it. It's an alright home, I would say. Yeah, we really are just getting a full-on daily routine of Sylphie. I'll gladly take it. I'm self-taught. Hey, I think I saw Rudy. So you might be right. Hey, can I borrow your notes? Sylphie, the real teacher here. That's an excellent little doodle of Rudy. Thank you. Getting called out. Foreshadowing. That is actually not a bad point. Yep, there's definitely a connection there. And I like to think he's gonna end up a better man than his father by the time he's his age. But we'll see. It's a good question. If he does marry Eris, would he still want to do things with Sylphie? That's really what we're getting at here. Because if he marries anyone, it is definitely going to be Eris, But Sylphie was his first friend ever. Sylphie was the first girl he saw naked in real life. Gotta mean something, right? Maybe that's how he really cures his ED. He goes back to the source. Like he's got some regret in the back of his mind that he didn't act back then. I wonder what that shot there is about. What, we're against the wall? The diagram, whatever you want to call it. Against the wall. On the wall. As she was against the wall. I mean, that bird's obviously supposed to represent Sylvie, right? I'm not quite sure how to interpret it overall. There she is, Juliet. Is she better than Zanaba yet? Juliet throws rock. I mean, we're getting there. Yeah. Oh, that was so cute. Man, she's zooms. Well, that's good to hear. Doesn't really know Zanaba enough to know whether or not I can trust him. To essentially be a parent, you know? Imoto. Imoto Getto. She's listening, definitely. I actually didn't realize how much I missed him until he brought it up. Yeah, what happened to the Roxy figure? Kind of a suspicious reaction. Did you try to penetrate it and you just shattered it? I mean, if that's what happened, I get it, but you gotta come clean, man. What did you do to it, man? I'm getting really worried now. Yeah, definitely, definitely broken. Even the head severed. uh, I think Julie is a very smart girl. She is getting out of here. Out of the firing zone. Oh, damn. In case you forgot, he has a demon eye. Julie also realized being behind him was not the best idea. Crying is not gonna win over forgiveness, I assure you. You must pay for your crimes. Wow, Julie is the best. His eyes are not smiling. So I was wondering how they're gonna start being more relevant in the show, because we barely saw them once in this season, but now we have a new reason to interact with them. And there they are. Rudy trying to look all tough. Scrawny, how rude. It is not a doll. It is a figure. I'm curious how he's going to handle this. Man, they are getting called out. Nyandato. The Nyas kill me every time. Oh, we're not done. Oh, damn, Rudy. Getting into borderline racist territory here. A Titan? Okay, we are starting. This really just escalated, didn't it? Ooh! Yeah, who says he can only fight with his magic? Maybe this Attack on Titan. Right to the nose, too. And they need their noses. It's quite the shot. This is great. What a dirty girl. It's safe now, Julie. Now let's capture them. Sell them into slavery. I would say so. They were both pretty good. Welcome to your new home. I got 5 gold pieces for each of you. Enjoy your new life. What do you smell now? Okay, we are going there. Yeah, he definitely does have ED then. If a cat girl doesn't do it for you, I don't know what you'd do. But you gotta try, right? No, that was just a test. Because they're bad girls. Yeah. We did nothing wrong. Yeah, look at the evidence. We will teach you the way of Roxy, don't worry. Even Julie brought to tears by the glory of Roxy. Passing the blame, I see. She's like, you're lucky I can't defend myself verbally right now. Kimochi wa arui. Okay, yeah, we are definitely gonna punish these two. You're both guilty, let's just leave it at that. I don't think so. I mean, really did kind of save them all, didn't he? Good times. I remember when he gave his like review of it as like a house. What a great friend. They were quite rude to him. I'll go get the glue. Rocky she, Rocky she, Rocky she, Rocky she, Rocky she, Rocky she, Rocky she. It's very hard to say it the way they say it, because I would just say Roxy. But they break the X down in like two different sounds. It's so weird. But you can still hear Julie just going in the background. I mean, yes, but let me explain the details. Yeah, there's like barely any groping. It's fine. Well, at least he admits that part. Well, you gotta at least do that much. Otherwise, it's just a waste. Yeah, her last advice was great, so... Very specific. We steal their panties and wear them on our head. What are we doing? Do we piss on them? What do we do? What do we do? Or do they wet themselves? That might make more sense. Or I guess, you know, it's just drool because we're literally starving them. I mean, what do I know? So we did take them in the end. Okay. I guess not too bad of a limitation. I mean, there's always a but, you know. I do enjoy these two. Oh, Sylphie. We know who the master is here. Are we gonna just paint on them? Okay. She is not messing around. So, did you guys learn your lesson? Yes, you should be familiar. Yaruhodo. Yeah, you better be. I think this whole episode was basically just punishing the cat girls. Well, the animal girls. Okay. Am I talking about the panties? No, no, no. Yeah, maybe not do that. Fitz is an innocent one. Can't see such things. And we know how Fitch reacted to seeing naked people at the slave market. Don't do that. You should have learned your lesson about taking things off Sophie forcibly. Never ends well. Well, what do you mean? Oh, well, yeah. Man, when Sophie's laying on his bed like this, it definitely adds a different layer of atmosphere to the scene. I had a feeling. Wonder if you would actually recognize her if she took the glasses off. I feel like they're implying as much. Can I see the rest of you, though? Like, as long as it's not the face? I mean, he wouldn't say that because he still thinks that's a guy, but... Death would have been a turning point. I was about to say, yeah, the episode's almost over, isn't it? The Kidnapping and Confinement of Beast Girls. That was our title, yeah. Yeah, that certainly was an episode. Oh, yeah, remember the discussion portion of my last reaction? I was kind of confused why they specifically chose a dwarf girl, but I rewatched the episode, that section, and yeah, they definitely mentioned like dexterity or whatever being a factor. Now, remember how simple things were back in the day before he left to be a tutor? The Fiancé of Despair. The Fiancé of Despair. Who are we referring to there? But yeah, that was the 7th episode of Mushoku Tensei Season 2. This was a fun one, right? Because we continue to see the development with Julie. You know, she's getting better, actually learning the incantationless magic and all that, showing pretty good results. We get a little bit of a Fitz, you know, of Sophie, you know, her daily routine and all that, which is good to get as well. You know, she doodling little Rudy faces and whatnot. We also talked a little bit about Luke. I wonder how relevant he's going to be. I know I said that before, but we did bring him up once again here. you know, the connection to Rudy family-wise and Sophie taking notice of it. So I'm curious exactly where that's all gonna go. But yeah, we also have Sophie kind of worrying about Rudy and, you know, girls. Is he gonna just go after every beautiful girl he sees like his father, you know? Like, cause she's kind of wondering about that. But yeah, just there's just so much that she's got to be thinking right now with Rudy being around, you know, about what could come of that. And we saw a lot of blushing from her in bed, which is pretty telling in and of itself of where she might want things to go with Rudy. But yeah, Julie herself was just absolutely adorable. She's just great. I mean, she works hard. She gives head pats and support. She knows when to back off when Rudy gets angry. Like, she's definitely a smart, capable, fun, cute girl, and very much worth buying, I would say at this point. An investment that you can't argue with. But the episode did take a bit of a turn with the Roxy figure. Like, the best figure in the show. You know, I think they even made like a real life figure with a similar design for people to buy. Just shattered into pieces. Like, Rudy was so devastated. And yeah, once he learned who was responsible, our Beast Girl duo, the Doldia girls, yeah, it was time for retribution. Time for punishment. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went down. The two of them walking around without a care in the world. Rudy just standing there with his arms linked like, you came to the wrong neighborhood. Time to lay down some smackdown. That's more or less what I got from Rudy's disposition. But, you know, they were willing to go for the fight. Rudy very much provoking it, like not being subtle about that. Say that again, meow. But that was great. The fight itself wasn't too long, but as always, the fights in Mushoku Tensei are 10 out of 10 when it comes to the general animation and battle choreography and all that. Gotta see Rudy kept like throwing rocks and stuff. But just wrecked them pretty soundly. And the next time they wake up, they're very much, yeah, restrained. You even got the mouth cover thingy so they can't speak. Very, very important. But yeah, they did not realize the gravity of their crimes, but at this point, Rudy is determined to make sure they understand. Yeah, this is the first time I really got a lot of screen time of Linya and Persona, but they're kind of dynamic with each other. It's pretty great. Persona kept just like throwing Linya under the bus, be like, do what you want with her, just spare me. And then Linya being, you know, taking a second to realize what was just said, and then she gets all mad. Just that kind of general dynamic between the two of them. A lot of fun. We also had Rudy explain the religion of Roxyism to the masses here, the importance of it. You know, all that great stuff. Sophie finds out about, yeah, Rudy and Zonoba having girls locked up in the room, and clearly, obviously, you know, understandably wants a little bit of explanation on that, but Rudy explained the situation, and she's pretty much more than happy to help in her own way. In the end, the punishment was just kind of like drawing on their face or whatever, although, you know, making them sit there tied up until they wet themselves probably counted as a punishment to an extent as well. But I definitely enjoyed Persena's little just like, I don't know what the best word for it is, just rant, where she was basically being like, I'll be a good girl, blah, 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 just give me food, you know. Like, I don't remember exactly the whole thing, but just kind of laying there, head lean and drool dripping down, just like, you know, basically acting like, I'll do whatever I have to do, just give me a hamburger or something, you know. But also, what was the one line from Linya? I think, I'll do whatever you say, but nothing that would make babies. I mean, that's fair enough, I guess, but yes, but you can touch Linya's boobs now and then. Again, she's suggesting it for the other character. But yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, overall, I think they learned their lessons, I would say. But yeah, I'm glad we finally got screen time for them, because I was thinking, I don't know if I really commented on it in the previous episodes, but we got introduced to them pretty early on after Rudy first got to the school, but they haven't really been relevant, you know, the same way like Sophie or even Zonoba has. They haven't really had a purpose in the show, they haven't really done anything, but this episode changed that, and I definitely appreciated that. But so yeah, that was all fun. Even had a little bit of alone time with Sophie, laying on his bed and all that. Almost got to see her face, not quite. But yeah, whenever he does, it'll be a big deal. I assume that the context that he will eventually see her face is going to be an accidental knockoff of the glasses, maybe in a fight or something. Then he'll see the face and he'll be like, oh my god, that was Sophie the whole time. I feel like such an idiot. You know, I feel like that might be how that goes. And then she's like, oh no, my identity's been revealed. What do I do? So, you know, that's probably how it's going to go. And yeah, the kidnapping and confinement of Beast Girls pretty much hit the nail on the head as far as titles go. Couldn't think of a better one myself, because that pretty much was what the episode was about. The next one being the Fiancé of Despair. I'm trying to think, do we know of any fiancés? I mean, I'm sure there's some in the show. It's none's coming to mind right now. So I guess we'll find out next time. Also the despair part, I wonder what that's about too. But yeah, good episode, a fun one, for sure. You know, even though it was sad the rocket statue got broken, aside from that, it was pretty much a fun episode with a little bit of fighting in it. A lot of nyas in it. What more could you ask for, really? So yeah. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please click the like button and support me on Patreon so I can keep doing what I want to do on this channel. And yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.